If you get the right formula. Hello, welcome to Needing a Meeting. My name is Carol. I'll be your host today. And sorry about the echo there. Forgot to turn off of the live part. And guess what I found? This smart handbook. So I'm pretty excited to have found that. Where we had left off, where I had read from, was on procrastination, which we love to engage in as addicts. Hi, Seventh Son. Hi, Henny. Hi, Ben. Hi, CK. Hi, Rolling Stone. Hi, A. Kenneth. All right, my mama says I'm special. Well, yeah. We all procrastinate to some degree. However, problematic procrastination can resemble addictive behavior. Boy, that's true, and become a detrimental habit. You can apply what you have learned about overcoming addictive behavior to overcoming procrastination. Procrastination is too complex to address here, but here are a few points to keep in mind. Procrastination is universal and sometimes even useful human behavior. It can be a form of self-sabotage. Boy, that's one that we know well as addicts. Like everything, if it's extreme, it's potentially harmful. It can be associated with trying to avoid strong emotions such as anxiety. It may be a signal that you have lingering ambivalence about recovery. Okay. Yeah, boy, that's been me over a slow burn period. Procrastination can weaken your ability to achieve your goals. That's the truth. It can be addressed with CBA. Hi, Kimmy's Playhouse. Hi, Tara Smiling. Hi, guys. Summary. Living a balanced life is scary, exhilarating, and authentic. Experiment with different aspects of your life to determine what adds value and balance. This is your life, and you get to choose how you live it. Setting goals, planning tasks, and developing a VACI are important building blocks to your new life. SMART will continue to help you maintain your change and your self-empowerment. Continue using the tools that help you and attend meetings whenever you want. The skills that you acquired along your recovery journey will prove invaluable to you when facing future situations. Always remember that you have the power to create your life. All right. Well, hello, Pup Groomer. If you don't, I don't know. Do you want me to use? Is it okay if I say your name? Anybody who's not okay with it, let me know. There's the link to have a meeting if you need to. And yeah, I'm not very good at being a talking head. You can call me Jen. Okay, thanks, Pup Grimmer. VACI, butter and chocolate intervention. No, it's V as in Victor, and it is, where is it here? I knew I needed to go back and even remind myself what it is. Let's see if I can find it here. VACI list. It's vital, absorbing, creative interest. That's something that we kind of use to replace with with the energy that we used to put into our addiction. Something to put, something creative or something, physical to put our energy into, kind of thing. I think you're a great talking head, Tara. It says, Carol, very soothing energy. Well, good. Except, yeah, I don't, here we go. Cosmic, you saved me. I don't like talking. It's me and a screen and words, and not that I don't love y'all. I do love y'all. You like y'all. How are you? Tell me.
Huh, I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, how's it going?
Good. It's weird being not at home, but it's good actually because I took myself out of the place where I was really, really sick.
Right.
So, well, actually, my friends took me out. Actually, they were really asleep. So I've got one headphone off so I can hear. I can regulate my tone.
Okay.
So,
Well,
yeah,
you're fine. You can speak a little louder if you need to. You're not. Yeah. You're good.
yeah,
Um.
yeah.
So, how long are you going to be where you are?
Um, until I know that I don't need looking after because
Okay.
yeah, where I was, I don't think they believed that I was actually really sick, even though my son could hear me throwing up all the time and all that sort of stuff. But my housemate wasn't actually there, so yeah. But I think he actually believes me because
Your
yeah, I
son
sort
or
of
the is the housemate still there?
yeah, he's back for now because it's a difficult time of year for people to because it's our we have a different school year, I think, to you. Like ours starts at the beginning of the year. So there's a lot of school leavers who move from home and start university, so they're looking for houses and stuff as well. And I said I'd write him a really great. Hi, Henny. Oh, sorry, I've only just
Karen.
Hi.
noticed off the chat. Hi, Karen. Yeah,
Hi.
so it's difficult time of year for him to move
Okay.
out,
Well,
and I'm
so
not cruel.
how so are you going to be able to go back after he is not there, or do you know
I can
anything
go
about
back when he's
that?
there. I can go back when he's there. Like it's not like we have a difficult um what do you call it? Or tumultuous uh, relationship. I'm pretty
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
uh, yeah, it's just that he's got to be chill too. Hi, Tara. So,
Hi.
How are
I
you?
know. Hi, Ben. Yeah.
I'm doing
So,
good. Doing
Good.
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, how are you, Carol?
Struggling.
What's going on?
I came on because I want to tell everybody what's going on.
Okay.
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 Um, I'm dealing with a lot, guys.
Yeah.
A lot. An awful lot. And
What's happening?
Oh, Karen. I wish I could hug you right now.
I don't like anything that's going on.
Mm. Oh,
It's like it's just not gonna stop. And I just want it to end.
mm,
Every day is like horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible.
I'm so
And
sorry.
it's not getting any better. And um let me just catch Christy up because I know she doesn't know what's going on.
Okay.
Um, um Christy, so I had to get a neurologist on December 5th because I've been dizzy
Mm.
and having migraines and ear infections, and they had sent me to an ENT because they thought I had Meniere's disease. And I didn't. So they sent me to a neurologist. And the neurologist gave me medication for what was going on, and they put me on medication, and then um sometime like the week before Christmas or the 2 weeks before Christmas, I hit my head on the headrest in the
I
car.
did not know that part, Karen.
Yeah, I went like this.
Oh
Like,
God.
when you sit up and you just go like back and you kind of like bounce your head off the headrest.
Oh
And I
gosh.
had extreme pain go into my ears, like really quick, and it went away.
I do remember that. Okay. I'm sorry. That,
Yeah.
that's right. That's
And
right.
I emailed my doctor and I told him what was wrong, and I told him how bad it was. And the 26th of December, he said I had to call the neurosurgeon. And so I called the neurosurgeon and made an appointment for February 28th because that was his first opening. And the next day I get a phone call, and the girl said that she called to move up the appointment after he saw my films and talked to my neurologist. And they ended up moving the appointment up to the 5th of February.
Okay. Ooh.
And after they moved the appointment up to the 5th of February, they moved the appointment to the 5th of February, and I have to get an MRI that the ENT ordered originally, with and without contrast. And so I couldn't get that scheduled till the 23rd. I'm still trying to get that moved up again. And I'm afraid that once they get that MRI, they're going to move the appointment up to like the 24th or 25th. Because the tumor is about 90% over my brain.
Oh my God. Oh,
Oh
Karen.
my God.
And it's into my neck.
Oh my God, Karen.
And I'm
Oh.
really scared.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
and nobody understands what I'm going through.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, Karen.
And I hold all this stuff inside
Oh,
all
Karen.
the time. And I try to breathe through it. And I try to talk to people. And I listen to everybody. And I help everybody. And I do everything. And I really try. I really do. And there's people that listen. And there's people that... But it's so hard for everybody to wrap their heads around what I
Yeah.
am actually dealing with.
Oh, Karen.
And I'm so scared.
Yes. That is so scary.
Mm.
And it
Oh,
can be really, really heartbreaking. And because I'm so alone, my sleep is completely off, my appetite's off, I can hardly walk. At times, I mean hardly walk. It's affecting my muscles in my legs.
okay.
To a point where there's times when I get up and walk and my knees and my legs don't want to work. If I sit up for way too long, I get really dizzy. I have tinnitus in my ears a lot. So my ears ring all the time. I'm pretty much constantly stuffed up anymore. I can't get rid of it. It doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Uh, um, my appetite's basically gone.
Oh,
It's awful. It's actually
oh,
awful.
yeah. It
And this
sounds
is
awful.
it's
Oh,
it,
Karen.
it doesn't go away.
So have they, do they have anything at this point
What
that
do you mean?
they can do about the tumor?
Um, um, my friend Allison, she had it removed 3
Yeah.
times, and so um, they can remove it. There is a way to remove it. I don't know how they do it or anything like that.
Okay.
But it's not an arachnoid tumor, which people think like an arachnoid it interweaves into your brain. Mine
Oh,
is actually on my brain, an arachnid tumor. So
okay.
the tumor actually grows from like the back of your head right here, and it grows out over your skull and it goes down.
Okay.
It grows like a spider. So you would see a spider has 8 legs,
Yeah.
and the legs go out like this over your head. it's really kind of bizarre.
Yeah. And he
Yeah.
wasn't causing you any pain or any problems until just recently, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But here's the weird part. They noticed it when I was 19. I had a car accident. And the car flipped 5.5 times up a 3.5 times up a 5 foot embankment onto a cornfield where I used to live.
Yeah.
And that's when they found it. I was 19, but they found it when I was 19.
Okay.
So it had started growing somewhere in my teens. So here's the weird question. Could it have started growing so early in my life that it caused mental illness, that it caused other
Oh.
issues?
Oh. Whoa, I didn't even think about that
Yeah.
aspect.
Yeah. Could it have caused issues in my life that I wouldn't have even known?
Right. That
Yeah.
makes so much sense.
Yeah. So did it cause these issues? I mean, uh, that's even more of a would my life have been completely different if I didn't have this going on in my head? Would I have
Is
been
it
a totally
operable?
different person? What?
Is it
What was
What,
that?
operable?
Christy?
So can it be operated on?
Yeah, they
Sorry.
they do surgery. They do
Okay,
surgery, and
awesome.
they can remove it. So, um, but the thing is, when they do the surgery, it will grow back. It's just
Okay,
how
so
long
it's
it will
like one of
take for it
those.
to grow back.
My
What?
So
God.
it's like one of those ones that just keep coming back and back and back and back.
Yeah, but I mean, would it grow back in 5 years? Would it grow back in 10 years? How long would it take to come back to this extent? You
Right.
know, like
Yeah.
I said to my doctor, I was like, I'm 54.
Yeah.
Would it take
Well, if they
another
get rid of. Yeah, you
would
keep
would
going.
it take another 20 years for this thing to get this bad again? If it does, I'd be 74. I'd be happy.
Well, if
Yeah.
you were 19 when I first noticed it and it's taken until, what, 54 to get till now,
Right,
till how it is
exactly.
now.
Yeah. And you
So,
figure if it started growing, say at 14 years old, if it started growing at 14, then at 14 years old, that's 40 years
yeah,
to
and just
this
think of what all
extent.
the different.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I'd
just
be
think of all the different
94.
parts. Yeah, and think of all the different parts of your brain that it's affecting and the quality of life you could have back if they
Yeah,
take. Because, like,
Yeah.
you just think, like, the brain's very sensitive. Sorry, I just need to let the dog out. I can do that and still talk. But the brain's really sensitive, so the different parts of brain that's it's touching on that could be affecting, like you said, that could have been affecting you all your life.
right, exactly. And now
Yeah,
it's like it started with the
yeah,
ears and the migraines and the dizziness,
yeah.
and it's affecting
Well,
everything.
Yeah.
And there's just no answers. There's nothing. So
yeah.
it's like, what's going on here?
Well, it might all be
I have,
explained by this.
yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
So
And
do they think that that's the reason for the ear stuff you've been dealing with? Ben had asked.
they don't have a clue.
Okay. I
They
guess
have
they
no
won't
idea.
really know anything until they get it out of there.
No, they're not going to know anything,
Yeah.
anything at all.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's all a big waiting game. But in the midst of all of this is my teeth, because I go on Thursday to have my teeth put into my gums at Penn, that my dentures,
Yeah.
and I have to get my dentures back. But then I also have to have my dental surgery to make the dentures on the bottom permanent in February. So it's all like all this stuff going on at the same time. So it's like the teeth and the brain, and it's just so much. And it's like, okay, well, am I going to be able to withstand the dentures surgery? while I'm dealing with the brain at the same time, and
Hmm.
it's just like this huge whirlwind of so much going on,
Right.
and I kind of like, what's more important? Yes, I need my teeth, but I can't live like this anymore.
Right.
Have
You
you
know,
talked to both of your doctors? Like, does your neuro doctor know about the teeth, and does your dentist know about the neuro thing so they can
well,
work together?
this is the whole thing. I did let my student know, um, after I found out about the neurosurgeon. I don't go to the neurosurgeon until the 5th of February. But I go to Penn on the I go to Penn on the 5th of February. So what I'm going to do is when I go on Thursday to Penn, I'm going to talk to the doctor in charge of my case. I'm going to let him know what's going on directly. Have a sit down with them, let him know what's going on, and see what he wants to do and how he wants to proceed with this. Because
Yeah,
I
I
can't honestly wait very long
right.
Right.
to get the dental surgery. Like, I can't be going into
Yeah.
February thinking about dental surgery.
Right.
You know what I
Did
mean?
Yeah.
you call your dentist and tell them? Just be like, look, I go to the doctor on Thursday. I wanted to give you a heads up because they could make a note and you wouldn't have to have an appointment to call and leave a message. And then because I just that could be a lot of like cross medications and a lot of things like that. And maybe if you just call the dentist, like maybe that would help.
What do you
Gosh,
mean?
sorry.
With the dental?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're going into surgery with both of them, there's going to be medications and antibiotics and things like that. And I'm thinking if you call the dentist and say, this is what's going on, and then when you go into the appointment on Thursday, you could say, I've let my dentist know. Now I want to let you know. That way they both know. So you're not waiting because you don't have to wait for an appointment to give your doctor a call.
That's
And
true.
maybe,
Yeah.
and then
Can I just say
maybe
one thing as
Yeah.
well?
and maybe that could speed something up some way. So you're not having to choose the medical professionals are working together. Like it's
Well,
just a thought. I don't know that it would work.
right. Well, the thing with the neurosurgeon is that I don't see him right now until the 5th of February.
I
Okay.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
also,
So the dental situation is
Mm-hmm.
is the first thing right now that I have to deal with them.
Right.
The neurosurgeon is also with Penn. So if they start to crisscross each other, then that's where that comes in, you
Okay.
know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I was just thinking maybe the sooner you let them both know, maybe they could come up with something that wasn't quite so stressful for you, so you're not having to choose. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Christy, what's up?
hi,
Cosmic, where'd you go?
sorry.
It's
I just had to
okay.
reload. I was just saying that uh, when your teeth are bad, especially the top teeth, it actually affects your like brain health as well. So,
Right.
dealing with that might not be a bad
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
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 Well, I
Yeah.
have no teeth right now, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, as long because like if you're taking stuff to help deal with any sort of pain, because I
Yeah.
had really really bad bad teeth and stuff, and like I was always taking painkillers and all that sort of stuff, like just over the counter. But
Yeah.
and yeah.
I mean,
Oh, hi Tony.
the amount of medication that I'm taking now is like crazy.
I bet
And
I
I
so.
can
mean,
just imagine.
they have me on Topamax for my,
I'm on that.
which is an antidepressant, which is weird. They
It's
have
actually
that.
it's an epileptic drug.
Yeah,
It
but
helps with
they have me on
migraines.
that for migraines. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm on it for PTSD. It
yeah. They
helps with
only
dreams and stuff like that.
Well, unfortunately, it only works during the day. I mean, only at bedtime. So during the day, I'm like, "Ugh," I get
Oh,
migraines
really?
again, and then yeah, it
No, I
only
take it
works
during the
for
day.
like they won't let me take it during the day. They tell me I have to take it only at night, and it's only 100 milligrams, and
Oh, really? I
it's
take
not
200.
enough. Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
because I take it because of my ADHD and all that sort of stuff. Drugs don't seem to work for me because it's meant to make you sleepy. Doesn't make me
mhm,
sleepy and all that sort of stuff. So like I also take duloxetine, or Cymbalta they call it. That's meant to make me sleepy
uh-huh,
too. Nah, it makes me buzz. I'm up
yeah,
all night like, woo. It's like, yeah. So it doesn't make me sleepy at all. Nothing makes me
yeah.
sleepy
I
except for
just
like meditation music.
yeah. I fall asleep to YouTube, and
Me too.
I've been talking to this one lady from the boat, and I don't I feel so horrible, but every time I talk to her, I fall asleep talking to her on the phone.
Oh,
Well, I have to
It's
say, I
awful.
put on
It's
many
so
things that I've
awful.
watched
I talk to
before
her, and she
and they
puts
help me
me
go to
to
sleep.
sleep.
I
I like your
mean,
new setup, Carol, with your wood behind you. That's very pretty.
thank you. It's out of necessity. It's too cold in that back room.
Hmm. It looks pretty though. I like it. It's very
Thank you.
country chic.
Thank you.
Very cool.
God. I don't even know what to say. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
it's pretty
Like,
intense.
Wow,
that's a
that's
lot.
a lot.
Now,
Oh
my
my God.
phone was cutting in and out. So, did I hear that you said it was a brain tumor that was on 90% of your brain? Did I
Yes,
hear that right?
yes.
It's
And it's
covering.
going into my neck.
And the
It,
surgery is going to be for them to remove that tumor or biopsy the tumor?
no, take it out.
Take it out.
Yeah, so
Okay.
It's
it's on top of the brain, so it's not inside
yeah,
of the brain. Is that correct?
right.
Yeah,
It sits below the skull.
sits below the skull. Okay,
Okay.
Yeah,
gosh. So that would be
like
causing pressure, wouldn't it?
yeah, it does. That's where the migraines are coming in from, and the dizziness. It's affecting every part of my body.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can imagine.
And so
It truly
Yeah,
the scan or the next scan or MRI or I'm sorry, whatever it is,
the
that
MRI. The next MRI. Yeah,
is
they're
going to
doing
show
with
them
and without.
is going to
It's a
show
with
them
and
what
without contrast. It's going to show every part of it. Because
what
the last scan I had done was August, and
okay.
that was a CT, and they from the last CT scan. Now my neurologist, when he first met me, went back 10 years, and he was like, "There's
Yeah,
no
they actually
growth."
call it a arachnid tumor. Gosh,
But
So they let
I was just saying it's an arachnid tumor.
yeah, not an arachnoid. The arachnoid actually weaves into the
Arachnid
brain.
tumor.
Yeah, an
okay.
Yeah,
arachnid
gosh.
tumor.
Okay.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
creep me out. I've got like I'm actually like arachnophobic, so I'd be like, whatever
yeah.
the
That
spiders is.
that'll weave into the brain, and this one really doesn't. So,
Mm,
um, but it's
so they
starting
let
to
it
affect everything. What?
mm.
so they let it go for 10 years because it wasn't growing?
No, they've let it go since I was basically 19. My parents just let it do its own thing. They found out about it with me when I was 19. They didn't follow up. But the weird part of this whole story, if anybody believes in anything being kismet,
Uh-huh.
is that I'm not upset about the doctor. I'm not upset about the office. I'm not upset about any of that
Okay.
because my father did work with Penn
Hmm.
when he was alive, and when he worked with the printing company, one of their major companies, one of the major places they did work for was University of Penn. When I go to Penn to get my teeth done, I feel like I'm with my dad.
Oh, okay.
Well, so when I had my car accident. My dad went to Penn and he found Dr. Farber. Roger Farber was the name of the doctor.
Mhm.
Well, I call and I make this appointment and it says the Vicky and Jack Farber neurosurgery center is where I'm going.
Wow.
They were his
Oh,
parents.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
wow.
And I'm going to Penn, which means my father had a hand in me going to this doctor at this place.
yes.
And my original doctor actually passed away. So I know that I'm supposed to go to see this doctor at this place for a reason. And that part doesn't scare me. So I know I'm going to the right doctor, I'm going to the right place.
Right.
And there's a reason that I have this neurologist,
Yeah.
that I went to this ENT, that I had all these things happen for a reason. So
Yeah.
that doesn't scare me. It's the thought of the surgery. It's the thought of,
That's a scary surgery, sounds like.
right, it is. It really is. And, it's frightening to me. Like,
Yeah.
I have a million and one plans for this whole year. Like, I have, oh, God, get me out of that. Oh, where'd you go?
We're still here. We can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Are you the sort that needs a lot of information, or rather not know until closer to the time?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like,
Like, do you do a lot of research on things before it happens, or like
am I
before I
here?
have?
We
Yeah, I
can
can
hear
hear you.
you. You're frozen.
I'm here. Okay.
Maybe I'm frozen.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
I can hear you, cannot see you.
Where did I go?
I don't know. The other
This
one
is so
froze up
confusing.
while we're
Sorry.
oh, okay. I was gonna catch up on some of the things that people were saying and asking. Wow, that's a lot. That is scary.
I've never heard of anything like it before.
I
And it kind of freaks me out that it exists.
right.
Like a spider tumor, I'd be like, oh my god,
Yeah.
Like I found out that snakes can jump off roofs into trees. Yeah, it happens in Australia. I'm like, oh, thanks, Australia. Thanks.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Sorry.
One more thing I need to be, know.
And you think about
So
it, little surgery is just scary enough. But when they're going into,
yeah,
to remove a tumor off your brain,
And that's that big.
yes, that,
yeah. That's what I was saying. Like that's something I don't know if I would want too much information on, but I'd also kind of want all the information I could get.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, guinea fowl, they're so loud, but they're really good with chickens.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, but they're also really, really loud.
Yes.
And did
Yeah.
Tara Smiling, did you say something about one of your crowns popped off and you had to go get it fixed? I hope that goes well for you.
Yes.
I thought I
Ouch.
seen something like that.
Ouch.
And
Ouch.
hello to
Hi,
everybody.
Kristen. Karen Quiet Girl was just here, and she's been talking about what she's been going through with an arachnid tumor that they're going to have to operate and remove, that she's had for quite a long time. And she has a friend that's had 2 or 3 removed of the same exact kind, or the arachnid. It's arachnid as opposed to arachnoid, which works its way into the brain. This one just kind of
Yeah.
surrounds.
like sits on top rather than like probably like I guess like sends its roots inside the brain, which I guess would be much harder to operate on. I imagine.
Can you hear, Karen?
I'm here.
Yay!
Hello.
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 Where did I go?
Where did you go?
Where did I go?
On the bottom of the screen where we all are, click on the little
Yeah,
camera icon there and see if that does anything.
the
Yeah,
camera
I've got mine turned
icon.
off because
Yeah,
I
there's
think
a
it stops my
microphone,
internet
and then right
working here.
next to it is a camera icon.
That's not working. I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Well, there
Yeah,
should still be like a
my
little.
computer is shot. My,
Okay.
co- I had to get rid of my computer because my everything went sideways with my computer. It like something went weird and my whole Google went shot the other day. I don't know what happened. It went kaputty on me.
Zelda
I'm
says,
looking in my phone to see what you possibly are seeing
I
to
don't
see
know.
if I can help you.
Zelda says, I believe Pennsylvania
Yeah,
has
it's
really
Tuesday.
good medical care praying for you, quiet girl.
What?
Yes.
Zelda says, I believe Pennsylvania has really good medical care praying for you, quiet girl. You're such a
Oh,
sweetheart.
thank you, Zelda.
So I didn't know if you could
Yeah, I
see
can
what.
see the comments. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay. Scroll down a little, push the page up, by scrolling up, and at the bottom
Oh, there I am.
there.
Hi. Am I
Hi.
back?
Well, your letters are there.
Your letters are.
The camera icon needs to be white.
White?
Yeah, that means that your camera's on. There we are. There
There
you
you go.
are.
Am I here? I'm
You are
here.
here.
I'm back.
There you
I'm
are.
Zelda
back.
says, I believe Pennsylvania has really good medical care. Praying for quiet girl. You are such a sweetheart.
Aw,
And
you guys are so nice.
we all are going
Y'all
to
are
be.
so sweet.
You've had a lot. I don't know if you can see the comments on the screen. Have you
No,
been?
I can't. My screen's too tiny.
There's been a lot of beautiful, supportive
Yeah.
comments. Tara Smiling has wanted to know what we can do to support you right now.
Sorry. What's the matter?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I don't know. I mean, oh my gosh, there's just so much going on. I mean, Rich is losing his mind
I know he is.
because he's taking care of me. His
Yeah.
father, his father, is in remission from the lung cancer, but having to go back for um upkeep upkeep on
Maintenance kind of thing.
maintenance radiation now
Okay.
for the brain.
Yeah.
Surprising. And
Wow.
so yeah, and he's been sick, so he's trying to take care of him. Our dog Huey, who's a King Charles Cavalier toy poodle, a Cavapoo, he's 16 and is going through doggyheimers. If you don't know what that is,
What's
doggy
Doggy Heimers?
Alzheimer's. So all
Yeah.
he does is
Yeah.
bark.
Oh.
So yeah. So now they sleep from 7 o'clock at night until 3 in the morning. This is what
Crazy.
they do. My schedule is not that. So when they're sleeping, I'm pretty much awake. So he comes in my room at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, waking me up to go sleep on the sofa because his dad's awake, but Huey wants to bark in the family room. So my sleep's all broken up.
Oh.
But his dad's awake. Rich is at work. And he doesn't want his dad getting up and walking out to the family room to take care of the dog. But I have to get up and sleep on the
Hi.
sofa. And I don't feel good. Like,
Yeah.
ah, you know. And I'm
Yeah.
like, Rich, when I'm in my room, at least everything's contained because I have snacks and my drinks and things like that.
Yeah.
But when I'm out there, I'm like, and I'm closer to the bathroom, I won't fall. I don't have to worry if I'm going to be tripped up by the dogs or the cats running around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I'm out there, I have to worry about everything I do.
So, is there a compromise that he's willing to?
There's
He has,
nothing because his dad's not even talking to me at the moment. Not even saying boo. And last night he was like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah," and I'm like, ugh. And I just came to my room and was like, forget it, you know? So Rich is under just tons of stress,
yeah,
you know? And
yeah.
the weird thing is, the one girl that he works with, is out of work because her daughter just had brain surgery,
Oh, wow.
emergency brain surgery,
Oh, wow.
like bleeding on the brain, seizures, the whole 9 yards. Yeah.
Whew.
Um, so she's out of work with her daughter. And then another girl the next day was diagnosed with COVID, so she's out for a week.
Oh, no.
And then he comes home and he's got me and his dad, and Huey's fine when Rich is home, but and he's fine when his dad is, when his if I'm out in the family room, he's fine.
Okay.
But if I'm in my bedroom, Huey will bark here, there, and everywhere. So it's just a matter of going absolutely insane.
Instead of you having to go out there,
What?
could Huey come into the bedroom instead of you having to go out
If
there?
he comes in here, he gets antsy and goofy and
Hmm.
like he'll get anxious, and there's times when he'll come in and he'll be fine, like it'll calm him down and he'll just be quiet the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But his dad's like, how can you let him in your room and let him cry? And I'm like, because if he cries, he gets it out of his system, it wears him out, and then he calms down the rest of the day.
Okay.
But his dad doesn't want to hear him crying. You know what I mean? So it's like you're battling the crying versus the barking, and his dad getting upset. So it's like, ah,
Well, since it's a no-win situation, I suggest you take care of you.
yeah. But it's like, I can't take care of me because Rich doesn't want that. Like, he wants me to take care of myself, but he wants me to take care of the dog. So his dad's calm. And then it's like I get thrown out the window. You know what I mean? So I even said to him, I go, well, you know, somebody's going to be coming to stay when I get my surgery because you have to go to work. Your dad doesn't help me. I'm not going to come home from having surgery after 3 or 4 days in the hospital.
Right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
right.
right.
I'm not going to be coming home from having surgery 3 or 4 days in
Blame
the
on the
hospital.
brain, by
And
the way. Yeah.
right. And you not being, you have to go back to work. Who's going to take care of me? Who?
Yeah.
Somebody better come and help me. And he's like, yeah, I guess. And my mom's like, well, whoever comes, I hope they fit in with the house. And I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Somebody has to be here.
Yeah.
Now, can I ask, and if this is too personal, you by any means don't have to ask. What?
Christy, first of all, I'm blunt. I don't care. And I'm an open book. So whatever you say, I'm going to answer.
No, but like, what happened between you and his dad that is so volatile? And is
Mm,
there a reason why someone can't come help him? Is it like a insurance coverage thing, or?
No, his dad just wants his son to take care of him, not me.
We don't always get what we want.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
no,
we
no.
don't. I
I
mean, in
know.
a perfect world, we all get what we want, but then
I get that, but
in this
no.
world, if we sometimes when we get what we want, other people suffer, and that's not okay.
Right, but I get that. But the perfect world for him is what he wants. It's his way or the highway. And
Well, he's
no
in your
matter,
home. He's not in his own home. He's not king.
well, welcome to my world.
Yeah, I hear it.
Welcome to
I
my
hear
world.
I
You
hear.
know,
Oh,
it,
Karen.
it's
And how
frustrating.
Yes.
difficult the
Frustrating as
position.
hell. I mean, just listening, I'm frustrated. I can't imagine living in it.
Hello,
Yeah.
why do you think I want to travel the country this year?
Well,
Yeah.
and how difficult for you to be in between two people to need. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Um, Cindy CK wants to know, does your if your father-in-law has a caretaker? We've already covered that. Well, he might have to get a caretaker. That's just
No, no. His son takes care of him. Period. I mean, his dad has a cold and has been coughing since yesterday. And Rich said to him this morning, he was like, "Do you want to take Mucinex?" And he was like, "No."
hey.
And he came home from work today and he was like, "You're taking Mucinex, period." You know what I mean? So,
Okay, yeah. Henny wants to know if they can send a caregiver for a couple of weeks after the surgery.
um, we're working on that right now.
Good,
We are
good.
working on that. Yeah.
And Ben
Somebody will
points
be
out
here.
that aggravation cannot be helping.
What?
That Ben points out that aggravation cannot be helping your
With me?
situation.
No, no, not at all. Not at all. Not
Hey,
at all.
oh, Karen, I hate that.
There are days when it's so bad. I just want to scream, and like I went out last week to get my nails done, right? And just so aggravated.
Yeah,
And I had a migraine. Like everything was just, "Ah," that my concentration was off and I couldn't drive. And, you know, and I mean, I don't live that far away from the nail salon. Like I live like 1.4 miles away from the nail salon. Thank God. You know what I mean? But it's almost like I just want to get on the open road and drive away.
yeah,
If I didn't have all my doctors here, I would. I would have been
yeah.
in Arkansas mashing potatoes. You know what I mean? Like that's what I would have been doing. I would have been.
I know.
You know, I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah,
Forget about everything. Just
yeah,
forget about it.
yeah.
You
Uh,
know,
Anybody close by you could go stay with for a few days? Do you have like your mom or family you could just kind of
I
get out?
my mom works, and you know that's my mom. You know, he's off tomorrow, and that's okay. It's just the days in between are just so difficult. You
yeah,
Yeah.
know, and he will let me sleep. There are days where he'll just let me sleep because he knows I'm exhausted.
yeah.
I
That's too
mean,
much. That's too much.
yeah, it is. And, I'm trying to make him understand, like, I need sleep, straight
Mhm.
through sleep.
Yes,
Like, I cannot be woke up and said, move to the couch.
Yeah.
that's right. You
I
move to
just,
the couch. Tell him to move to the couch. He's the healthiest one of the bunch.
well, no, I mean, he's saying that when he's leaving for work
Oh, gotcha.
because of the dogs. And I'm like,
Pup groomer was wanting to know if the dog is on any kind of meds.
um, he was on gabapentin and it was working at some point. Um, but Rich just was like, he just doesn't want Huey to be like a medicated dog. You know what I mean? Even
He
though it
doesn't.
would be better for him.
You get your pick and choose. You don't get
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I know. I know.
What what I do is I give my dogs melatonin. You have
Mhm.
to make sure it doesn't have xylazil in it.
Mhm.
It's that
What is
artificial
it?
melatonin. Just make sure it doesn't have xylazil. It's an artificial sweetener that they put in. So it's like XIYTOL. It's really dangerous to dogs. But anyway, I give my dog, I just put some peanut butter on a treat and I stick it in there and cover it up with peanut butter. And I give him like either a 10 milligram pill or like 2 5s, and it just kind of calms him down because my dog has a lot of anxiety.
Right.
And and I wanted to ask you too, what do you think the disconnect is in the communication, that Rich is not understanding your needs?
Yeah.
He
Like,
does. He does understand, but he's getting a lot from his dad.
he's
And
Mhm.
there
getting
was a lot of there was a lot of disconnect before his stepmother died. His stepmother had a big, big, big problem with me.
Oh.
And
oh,
she hated me after my OD. And that was
okay.
15 years ago.
So
That was
then the
fif-
dad is harboring anxiety, or ill will to you because of his ex-wife, and your husband is in a position where he can reconnect with his father, so he's wanting to nurture that relationship a little bit more than
yeah.
he's wanting to.
The, the only time I have my husband is when we're out of the house.
Oh, Karen.
Mm.
Yeah. So I look forward to his days off. I look forward to the time when we can go out and just be us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Even if it's like going to breakfast and riding in the car.
Yeah.
Like Christmas Day, like we went to breakfast. And I know this is going to sound hilarious to you guys or ridiculous, but we went to breakfast at there's a diner down the street.
Mhm.
And we're driving there, and I'm going, I don't know if they're even open. And he's like, well, if it's not open, we'll just go home. And I'm thinking, my God, please, no, let this place be open. And no, because it can get really depressing in this house. And we went in there. It was like a party. I was never in such a there was not a happier place on earth that day. I mean, I think it beat out Disney, everything, because everybody was walking in their pajamas. Of course, I was dressed to the nines, but everybody was in there was dressed in their jammies. Everybody was walking by every single table saying Merry Christmas to everybody.
Oh.
Happy Hanukkah. I mean, it was like the most festive place I've ever been on Christmas morning in my life. And it got busier and busier and better and better. We were in there for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. It
Right.
was so much fun.
That is
And
so
all
good.
the staff, like we're regulars, but everybody, all the staff were coming up and hugging us
Mhm.
just for being there. Like one of the waitresses was dressed from head to toe as an elf. It was great. There were and there were people in there that were just like they were dressed in their new Christmas stuff and their Eagle stuff and their jammies, and it was, oh my God, it was so much fun. I'd never had so much fun in my life on Christmas.
Wow.
Mhm.
It was just so much fun. In my adult life, I've never had that much fun.
Wow.
It was such a good time.
That's
But,
good.
you know, I find the joy in the little things now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at the big stuff.
Yeah.
And if that was my joy with my Christmas, then that's what's important. But I look at that and then I contrast it to the next day, and it was
Mhm.
awful.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
And then I got all that news, and I said, like his dad gave me $50 for Christmas, and I went shopping at Goodwill that after I got that news, and I came home with like all the stuff. And I said to his dad, I was like, thank you for all my presents. And he was like, I have excellent taste, don't I? And then he starts picking on me about my outfit that I had on. And I'm like, why do you have to do this to me? And he's like, it just upset me. And Rich comes in my room and he goes, he's just joking around. I'm like, I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know,
Those kinds of jokes have a dig to them,
yeah,
and they're
They
not fun.
No.
no,
Mm-mm.
it's like, why? Like, why? Why do you have to joke around about everything?
Yeah.
You know, Why do you have to find humor in everything? Why can't you just talk to me like a person?
Right.
You know, like there's more to
We have
me.
to live under the same roof for whatever reason, you know, and everybody else is willing to make the best of it, but the person that's doesn't actually, that's not his home. I
Yeah.
mean, it is for now, but it's not for
Well,
the
at our last apartment, we lived in like a 600 square foot apartment with one bedroom. They were sleeping in the living room and the family room. I was in the bedroom, and because I need my own space.
yeah.
And, you know, they're guys, whatever. But we would sit and laugh and joke and talk all the time. And me and his dad would have really deep conversations. Then we moved to a bigger apartment. His dad stops talking to me. And that's just the way it's been now for 3 years. And I'm like, what did I do to you? What did
Yeah.
I do?
Yeah.
I didn't I didn't do anything,
No.
you know?
I don't believe for
And
a minute you did anything.
yeah, I
1 minute.
didn't. Right. And I feel like I'm paying for something I never did. I
Yeah.
don't know what I did.
Yeah.
And I
It would
never,
Should.
and look at me now. I'm suffering through all this stuff. And instead of him saying anything like, is she okay? What's going on with her? Like after I had that horrible phone call, after we went shopping, I said to him, I said, this is what's going on. I want you to know what's going on. I need you to know what's going on with me. And he was
Mhm.
like, okay. That was it. Okay. 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 This is not good. This is not the way it needs to be.
No, it isn't.
Okay is not an answer.
Mm-mm.
And like yesterday, I'm talking to my mom. She stops by for like 15 minutes and I'm talking to her. She goes, I don't want you to go the whole 40 yards on this. And I went, Mom, I'm not taking medication. It's not going to work. It's not working now. I said, I know what the bottom line is here. I mean, I've gone through I mean, literally from when I was in my 30s. I've had Darvocet, I've had um acupuncture, I've had everything for headaches, migraines,
Mhm.
you know. I said, Mom, I've been dealing with this for so long. They had me on they thought it was vertigo, they thought it was this, they thought it was that. I
Yeah.
said, I cannot live like this. I'm
Mm-mm.
not going to live like this.
That's right.
I'm
That's right.
going to get this taken care of.
Yeah.
Whether, and you know me well enough that when I meet something, when I know there's a challenge, I'm going to do it. I
Mhm.
got off Klonopin 17 days early, 18 days earlier than I planned on. I
Mhm.
was going to do it by the 31st of December. I got off of it by the 13th of December.
Mhm.
You know, pure will. I
Yeah.
know I'm going to do this. I'm scared to death, but I know I'm going to do it. You know, I don't like hearing all the neurosurgery and this and that and testing and all that's going to go on. It's scary. It's frightening. What if they
Yeah.
mess up and I die?
Oh,
Yeah.
Karen.
And I look at that and I have to tell my son and I have to tell my sister and I'm going to have to write a will. And, all these things are frightening to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Frightening.
That is, I mean, it's super scary just hearing about it. I can't even begin to imagine living it, Karen.
It's horrible. It's
Is
Ugh.
horrible.
there a way that you could sit down with your husband and and maybe you already have, and just say, you know what, I need my husband right now. Like
Yeah.
I this is causing a problem with my mental health, with my physical health. It's
Yeah.
separating us in our marriage. So is your father. I could die. This is scary and I need my husband. And you are not being there for me right now. And I need you to either be there for me or I need you to put me in a place where somebody that I trust can, because I cannot go on this way. And I think that is a very
Yeah.
fair thing to say.
Yeah.
And it has
That is,
been,
That's very fair.
And firm, I mean, I think sometimes people, and I'm not saying this is your husband, just in general, sometimes people, when they get bad news, they just kind of clam up and they don't know what to do. And I mean, it sounds like everybody's just going along to get along, but that's not helping anyone. It's not
Anybody.
helping
No.
his dad. It's not helping you. It's not helping him. It's not helping the dog. It's not, and I think if it, for what it's worth, I mean, I would set down, because it sounds like it's a conversation that needs to be had between you and him, and not a conversation.
Hmm.
At first, I was thinking maybe could you talk to his dad, but then the more I've been listening, the more this is you need your husband to step up and
Yeah.
be your husband. And
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
are a few times in life when we as women go to our husbands and say, I need you to be my man. I need
Yeah.
you right
Yeah.
now. And men love to be needed. And I believe this, and and there's all of this, but I just think that maybe this is something where I feel like it's to a point you're either gonna figure this out and be stronger together, or this is gonna break you. And I
Yeah.
think the two of you have to choose for yourself where you're at. And I mean, and everybody who's been married for any amount of time has been in this situation. I'm not saying it's all doom and gloom, but I'm saying that there is a time when you come up and you're like, I need you to stand up. I need you to step up. I stepped up for you. I've been a good wife. I need you.
Right.
I need so, and you guys are into football. Hey, look, okay, I'm the quarterback. I gave you the ball. It's your job to get to the end zone. I feel like you
Right.
just got to the 20 line and set your ass down. So I need you to either get up and finish the job or pass the ball.
Right. Well,
And I
see,
mean,
I've been the quarterback. I was the quarterback up until about 15 years ago, 14 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's been difficult. I mean, and he's been playing quarterback for a while. But, now he is full on quarterback, but he's not handling it in any which way, shape, or form. I mean, he collapses. And I will tell you, I mean, the 27th, oh my goodness. When everything started to hit him, he went nuts that night. He was
oh,
screaming, yelling. And I mean, I went to talk to him and he was just like, ah, rah, 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 rah. And I'm like, what did
Mm.
I do to you?
Yeah.
You know? It was like,
well,
I don't want to hear it right now. And I just walked right into my room and he came back to my room and he was like, I'm sorry. Will you just come out and eat? And I'm like, no, I'm
Yeah.
fine. I don't want to sit here and eat. I'm going to sit in my room, bring my food into me, and that's it.
right,
I'm not eating dinner with you. You know?
right.
I mean, I do try to go out and eat. I do try. I have a cat climbing up on top of my on my closet. Um, I do try to go out now and eat dinner with him. But you know, it does get difficult with what's going on in the house. I mean, it's just complicated anymore, and
Well,
this
I
is just so much stress on me,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
I know it's stressful on him
yeah.
because it's like he's dealing with cancer and he's dealing with this, and I get that,
Yeah.
but you this isn't a pick and choose moment.
No, it's
So I'm going
not.
to sit with my dad because he has cancer.
Yeah.
Look, you
Well,
can't make up for the 10 years that your father moved away
no.
and
That's,
lived with his stepmom. You know what I mean? You
yeah.
can't make that time up.
No.
Yeah, I understand he lives here and you want to spend time with him, but look at me over here. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
they don't talk when I'm out there. And
Oh.
most of the time his dad doesn't even talk to him. He'll just sit out there with him. It's ridiculous
Yeah.
when he could come in here and talk to me or whatever. But
Yeah.
the whole situation is so bonkers.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
No.
And he
Yeah.
doesn't say, "How are you feeling today? Are you okay? Did you have any accidents? Is there a problem today?" Never asks. Just, "Oh, okay." Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Rich isn't like that. You know,
Yeah.
he he's a good guy. He's a
Yeah.
good guy all the way around.
Yeah.
He really tries, but you know, he really does try. But I don't know how he feels ever. You
Hmm.
know, and I really try to to get him to a point. But I mean, he doesn't want to talk to anybody like a doctor about how he's feeling. He doesn't want to talk to a therapist or anybody. So it's
Mm.
very complicated, and I
That is,
don't know what to
yeah,
do.
that does complicate things.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes it more complicated and more difficult. So
Yeah.
where do you go?
Yeah. In a tiny apartment.
Yeah.
I mean, now we're in almost 1,100 square feet, so that's not bad, but it's
Mhm.
still like, what do you do?
Yeah. Zelda says, not excusing him for not supporting you, but I've known people who can't handle others' illnesses and they shut off. Maybe he's on overload.
I
But
think he is.
yeah,
Between work, me, him, and his dad, I mean, I think he's just out of it. And I get
Well,
it.
and there's a certain amount of typically men are fixers and they like to fix things. That's why when you go to a man and you tell them their problem, they're like, do this. And this is something that, he can't fix. He can't fix your brain tumor. He can't fix his dad's cancer. He can't fix this. And and maybe that's where the fear and overwhelming is coming from.
Right.
I agree with Zelda. It's not I'm excusing him, but it really sounds like the two of you need to have a very serious conversation because it is a serious
very,
situation.
very serious.
I
I mean,
mean,
I don't feel like it gets any more serious than having a
no,
tumor removed from around your brain. I don't feel like
Yeah.
it's any more serious than that.
No.
no. And it's, I mean, I'm not trying to, like, how would you rather spend these times together? Feeling awkward and unattached and not loved and not cared for? Or would you rather have these times of making memories and working through it and getting stronger? You know,
Yeah.
and depending on how he talks, I mean, everybody has different love languages, everybody has different fight languages. There's different ways people receive things, but this is something that, you know, um I think I think he just needs to be told very, not meanly, just very bluntly. Like
Yeah.
my heart hurts because you are not here. I need my husband. I need you now. And I'm not saying you have to choose between me and your dad, but I need you. You
Right.
chose me. We've been married. We built a life together. And this is part of what being married is about. It's going through these things. And I
Yeah.
Yeah.
know that you've had to go through a lot, but I'm not, I need you to pick me up now. I
Yeah.
need you to stand up and not even, and make it about, what, and tell, maybe even tell him, be like, I want you to come eat dinner with me one night a week. I want one for 2 hours a week to go on a car ride, just me and you, so I get out of this house so we can be ourselves because this is
Yeah.
hard. Give him, don't just say, I need you to be a man and then drop it at his feet. Say, I need you to be my husband, and this is what I would love to have happen.
Yeah.
And
Right.
really work to compromise because, I can tell you in my situation, there were so many times that I thought, God, if I bring this to my husband, this is going to go so sideways. He's going to be so mad. And it didn't turn out that way at all. I
Mhm.
really had it I had thought that things were going to be one way. I really did.
Mhm.
And I was so surprised because he's like, okay, and I get the feeling that you're the kind of person who you're not complaining and nagging and like this and that and the other thing constantly. And this isn't just another nagging wife. So it makes it all the more powerful when you come to him and
Mhm.
instead of saying you're doing this and this and this and this wrong and you're not living up to your end of the bargain and I can't with you and I don't want to. It's you just saying, I need you to be my husband. And this is what
Mhm.
this looks like. I want you to eat dinner with me one night a week or whatever it is. I mean, I don't, I want once a week for us to go on a 2-hour car ride. I need you to just listen to me. I need you to check on me. I need you to handle this for me because my body won't let me,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and sometimes, in that instance, the men that I know, and I don't know your husband, but the men that I know do
You'd love
rise,
him.
you know, yeah, well, they rise to the occasion because it's not like you've just come at him and punched him in the gut and then been like, fixed it. It's like, oh, my woman needs me, let me help her. And it makes
Yeah.
them feel empowered. He might be feeling very fearful and unempowered and confused and scared. And, he could potentially lose two people that he loves. And these two people are fighting each other right now. And then your dog has dementia. And it's a lot, you
No, he
know?
has Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
He has
Alzheimer's.
Doggieheimers. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way,
Doggieheimers.
there's a pinned comment here. Pup Groomer saying, I understand not wanting to have a medicated dog, but senile is a neurological disorder. She also said CBD is being heavily studied and findings are positive for neuro and nerve responses.
Oh, okay. For Alzheimer's?
For
Just
doggy.
anything neuro or nerve responding,
Oh,
which,
okay.
yeah, which, he's got a neurological condition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also said something. Okay, go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
No, it's cool. I mean, that's awesome news. Are they
Yeah.
coming up with medication for dogs with
If it's in
for CBD with
studying,
dogs?
if it's in
That
the
would be kind
studying,
of cool.
yeah, it would be very cool. If it's in the studying phase, there's probably not
Yeah.
much in the way of medication at this stage, but
Yeah.
So where I get my stuff, Feeder's Pet Supply, they actually
Mhm.
have CBD dog treats that you can buy for the
Uh-huh.
dogs. And I think they're like $20 for a big thing. Um, it upset my dog's tummy.
Mhm.
But I know a lot of dogs that do really well on it. So you might
Really?
be able to just get it from your pet store. Yeah. And they've got
Oh,
CBD drops and CBD treats and there's all I mean, even here in Kentucky where nothing is legal, they have CBD dog treats. So you can
what are they
and
called, Christy?
the one that I used was hemp something. But you can look at it. And if there's a way to, I mean, I don't know if you feel well enough to go into the store, but
um,
maybe you can look
there
online.
are
Oh no,
treat
I'm good. I can go into stores as long as I have a cart.
Yeah.
there are treats that contain the CBD oils, Pup Groomer said.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Ben said CBD helps a lot with fireworks and doggies. That's good to know. And people
Yeah.
give it to their dogs all the time for all sorts of stuff. And if
Oh,
it
okay.
weren't safe, they wouldn't be able to sell it for dogs.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, it worked
I
for
would
my
say.
dog. It just upset his tummy was the only thing.
Mhm.
So I went to a different, um, that's why I went with melatonin, just kind of
Oh, okay.
easy. But like I
So at
said,
least
I know here, and I know the most
I'm going out
expensive.
tomorrow and getting it. I'll get
Yeah.
melatonin. I'll get CBD, but I'll just dose Huey up, and he'll just be like la la la.
That's
Zelda says you can give just the oil, no fillers. That's
Oh,
true.
okay.
Yeah, that's true. No
I
fillers.
mean, he only has one tooth, so there you go.
yeah.
He tried biting me the other day, and I was like, "That's a joke."
Pup Groomer says CBD also helps with minor pain as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the one that I had, it was a white container and it said it was like 10 something, but there were about 5 or 6 different brands, and they were anywhere from, I would say, $20 to $40. And then they are just these tiny little dog treats
Oh, okay.
that are about this big, and then you feed them however many. And honestly, I kind of microdose my dog with melatonin. So I get the 5 milligram, and I'll give him one in the morning, one in the middle of the day, and one in the evening to kind of level him out a little bit and help
Okay.
him be quite so over the top. Now that he's getting older, he's doing better, and I'm decreasing it. But try that. I mean,
I'm gonna
Chris
have
says
to.
there's no Chris says there's no high from CBD, which I think I knew that. And then Zelda says you can get the tincture for dogs. And
Oh, okay.
like Pup Groomer pointed out, there aren't any fillers, so they'll be getting more of the benefit of the CBD that
Oh,
way.
okay.
Mhm.
yeah.
But it wouldn't
That
hurt to have,
works.
yeah, maybe some treats on hand too. I don't know, but that sounds pretty good actually. I hope it
Oh,
helps.
Christy, off topic. I've been meaning to tell you to get the book Aster.
I'm reading it right now.
Did
Love
you
it.
get the did you get Little Girl Lost by Anderson Cooper as well?
No, I didn't get that one. They didn't have it in the bookstore that I went to. I'm gonna see
Mhm.
if they have it on Audible.
Oh,
So
well, okay. So when you're done Aster,
mhm.
when you go to Little Girl Lost, you'll understand the relationship between Gloria Vanderbilt and Brooke Astor because it explains the end of the relationship in that book, but you'll
Oh,
understand the beginning of the relationship in the first book.
ah, nice. Okay.
Yeah, because I did that for my sister. I told her she had to read the book, the first one, and then read the second one. And that's the actual story between the two families.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I'm loving After. I love it. Such a good book.
he's a great author.
Mhm. Yeah.
Carol, good book.
Right on. Sounds good.
Astor by Astor
Okay.
by Anderson Cooper. Really good book.
Okay. Okay.
I've been trying to get her to read it, so I was
Oh,
excited about that book.
yeah. Yeah. Oh no, it's
Yeah.
amazing. As soon as she did something, I went out that day and got it. Like,
Another one is I saw it there's a there's another book um that I saw, the subtle I can't remember the title. It's the subtle way, I can't remember what the title. It has an orange cover. I'll have to tell you later, but it looks like
The
a really
subtle
good
art of
book.
not giving a fuck.
Yeah, that's the one.
the subtle way
Yeah,
what?
the subtle art of not giving a
Of
fuck.
not.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's
okay.
quite
And
funny. I've started reading it, so I might actually be able to. Yeah. I've got both books.
yeah,
Yeah, there's one after it as well. They're both bestsellers, so they're quite old. And there's actually a YouTube thing where he reads it on himself. He's on YouTube.
Oh,
I'll find him and remind me because I do forget. There's a lot that I'm meant to find. Actually, I found the song that I was meant to find for Misha because I haven't actually. She hasn't been in a while, so but I found it. I
Yeah, you're
actually
right.
it came to me in the early hours of the morning last night. I was like, that's it. Oh, that's the people who sang that song. So I actually will look it up right now while I'm in it. She's out.
yeah, she hasn't been online at all. I
yes,
Yeah,
haven't
no,
Ben.
she's
heard
probably
from her
really
in days.
busy. Well,
Yes,
I've
Ben
seen her
Anderson.
post things. Yeah, so
What did you say, Christy?
while I'm here,
Ben said,
Anderson.
is that person
I'm not sure.
the TV Anderson dude? And I said yes. Yep.
My computer completely went kaplooey.
Hmm.
It won't let me in my Google. It won't let me do anything on my computer.
Oh, I wish you were here. I bet Steve could get it going for you. If
Yeah,
anyone could, he could. He used to have a computer repair business.
yeah. Well, I had to get rid of it, and I'm trying to find a new one. So hopefully I'll be up and running again on my computer, another computer, in a
Right on.
couple days.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Yeah.
we're at
Thank
about a
you guys.
20. Yeah.
yeah. You
That's
know what? I wanted to tell you, Karen, I didn't want to interrupt the flow, and I knew you really needed to get that out. But if you would rewatch it, there are a lot of amazing comments to you in there, and
I
you'll see
will.
how much you are loved and supported and surrounded with people who really, really care about you.
yeah.
I will.
Yes.
I
Yeah. And
appreciate it. I
also,
mean, I appreciate everybody.
um, yeah, I also tagged you in a pain and illness thing on the Discord channel. There's a whole bunch of people in there who suffer. Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I actually only really noticed that there was a channel in there. And if anyone needs any help with joining the Discord thing, I can't actually give you the hint, but I can say that it's a emoji. And if you watch Tommy, the my hint is cat in a basket emoji. Think of the name of the basket.
Okay,
So
I got it. I
it's
got it.
in, yeah, just
Yeah.
read the rules. Yeah, yeah, that's the emoji. So yeah, that's all I can tell you. But yeah, but just and since the best. All right, I'm just leading you to the thing. But yeah,
Mm.
if you wanted to join, the main focus is actually the Discord, not the Discord, sorry, the YouTube. But it's a good place to go, especially now that Tommy's not doing. No, he's focusing on his health, obviously. Um,
Yeah.
and
And
uh,
Reese
and
coming
it's
to
like,
Arizona.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I've got to say, I am in no way connected to family, so I've already had people saying, "Can you pass it?" I don't know anything about. I don't even know how to connect. I have no connection, and I just know about how to use Discord. So, and I was there the first step full, so that's all. And as soon as an Eagles came on, I'm like, thank God, because she's also a mod now as well. Because I'm just a tech person, so I know how to help you, and I'm just there I can show you to your room. Yeah, basically, yeah. And I'm just all about the puns. I can help people who are adrift in the ocean. Yeah,
Lord
but yeah. So if
Chris,
anyone needs,
Cosmic wanted you to look in Discord
yeah,
at something. Did you see that?
channel suggestions. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I'll go and have a look afterwards. But yeah, so it's really helpful. But it's because there's a lot of people who don't want to use Facebook anymore, and basically I'm one of them. So
Hmm.
and because there's a lot of people on Facebook that I don't want to, but there's also people I do want to be connected to. So, but yeah,
Right.
and
yeah.
that's my little spiel.
Tara
I'm in the
Smiley
meeting.
goes live Mondays at 4:15 Pacific Standard Time, which is 6:15 Central, 7:15 Eastern. If anyone wants additional support later, and everyone is welcome.
Yeah, and I'll just go and add your channel. I only just figured out how to do that through my
A whole bunch of
phone
ones
the other day.
going up for you, Karen.
'Cause-
What?
There's a whole bunch of ones going up for you right.
Oh, thank you, everybody.
Yeah. I'm so glad you came on.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
Yeah, I'm
too.
I
glad you
needed to
I've
come on.
missed you guys. Yeah.
I
Yes.
missed all of you.
I'm so glad you're here.
yeah.
I'm glad I'm here too. Don't think I'm
No, I
giving
can't
up my
actually do it.
Arkansas trip because I have my
Oh,
Arkansas
great.
trip still coming. I'm planning on it.
Well, and I've still got the place ready for you.
Well, my bed is still there, and my mashed potatoes still need to be mashed, and I'm ready. I'm ready, and I
Yeah.
want to be in that room that you're in, Carol, because that background is beautiful.
Oh,
This is the
really?
living room, actually. So, yeah, you will be.
Oh,
Yeah.
yay, yay!
Yay.
We're gonna
Yeah.
take some road trips while we're there.
Yeah, we are.
Oh yeah.
A lot of good stuff to see. One place I got to show you is Eureka Springs.
Yes,
And
and Branson.
Beautiful.
yeah,
Such a-
Branson's pretty cool. I don't know very much. I don't know Branson very well, and I don't know very much about it. So we might need some help with a Branson trip. But I know Eureka Springs like the back of my hand. I used to live there for a little bit, for
Well,
a
the
year.
only reason I'm less psyched about Branson is because that's where my mom used to go, and I never have been there.
Okay.
And I just want to see things that she saw, and I don't care what it is. I know she probably saw it, so she
Yeah.
talked to
Zelda.
me all the time about like Bobby Vinton and you know all those people that Wayne Newton and you know the people from way back when and how cool they were to see. And I was like, okay, mom, you know, totally didn't understand the music, but all right, whatever, float your boat, mom. And she would be all excited, and I would just go, uh huh.
Awesome.
I love my mom.
Just put her in the background. Oh,
Kind of
Buddha,
crazy.
stop it. Yes, okay.
Aw.
Oh,
Aw.
To get on the couch. Down. Where's my bed? Yeah, he's a big sook. No, it's
Oh,
dog. He's a big
Michelle
sook.
says, love you, Karen. And Tara Smiling says, I haven't joined the faith group. Okay. Is what a chicken. Are you talking about the sound or what are you talking about, Ben? That
oh,
I
look at that baby.
You're talking about the sound.
Cute. Is
Oh,
that?
such a
Aw.
cutie.
So adorable. Carol, is Maple still there?
Maple's still here.
Maple staying, Maple staying.
We'll see. I don't know if I have it to do another puppy, get through the page
Oh,
with another puppy right now.
uh-huh.
It did
Sure.
say, Chris. It totally sounded like a little baby. Poor little
It
doggy.
did.
And yeah, oh, that puppy.
He's,
It's a baby.
he's, he's like, I want to sit there. Nah. Oh dear.
Too cute.
But yeah. So that's fun. Now he's trying to make a
And
bed. Get off my
Sarah,
bed. Down.
I wanted to tell you because I don't know if you heard my message, but this morning Tommy gave your channel an amazing shout out. He said
Oh, thank you, Tommy.
he watched a very beautiful meeting the other day, and he said that you are doing amazing work creating connection, and he said it's better than anything he's seen. And it was
Mm,
he
Oh,
was very,
oh,
yeah, and that was this morning, and I think it was like around 18:25. So if you want to like fast forward, he was very complimentary of your
yeah,
channel.
he was.
Was that this
He
morning?
really was blowing up your channel.
so
There's
much.
Yeah.
also
Was that this
there's
morning?
also a new channel that I would like to let people know about. It's called Between the Cracks, and it's done by a member of the boat. Her name is Jen Marie, and she's talking about the troubled teen industry, and
Oh.
she's just starting. She has an amazing story, and she's doing it very a different style than I've ever seen before. She does it very raw, very unhammered,
Okay.
very, I mean, very raw, very untouched, very natural, like um with makeup, without makeup, hair up, in pajamas, doesn't care, just
That's
does
great.
the show.
Love it.
And she just rolls with it and shoots at whatever time she wants to shoot and doesn't plan and just talks.
What's the name of the
And
channel?
between the cracks, put I can send a link if you want me to in the needing a meeting chat so you guys can pick it up if you want me to.
Is
Um,
it Tom Russell?
no, it's not.
Is it
I can't remember.
John McMillan?
No,
Is it a greeting from between the cracks?
greeting from between the cracks.
Okay, welcome to my slice of YouTube. I hope you enjoy my introduction video. Okay. Does she wear glasses?
Yes,
Okay. All right.
and she's really, really well spoken, but her videos. The first one is very like pristine. The second one is a little less pristine, and the third one is hilarious. And she did it two back to back, but she's really earthy, down to earth, real, you
Okay.
know, taking it as it comes. And she has a really interesting story, and she thinks from a different picture all the way around. And I told her about your channel and everything, and she's going to check it out.
That's
Um,
great.
but she was a boat member too, and she's up near Detroit, and I kind of hooked her up with Steve,
Okay.
so that's a good thing too. And
Yeah.
she's about an hour away from him right now, so that's not too bad.
Yeah. And
But
to answer your question, yes, Cosmic, that was this morning
yeah,
that he
Okay.
said that.
that was a
So,
good show this morning too.
yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Actually, I was gonna get. I did send you a message, Carol. Because I can add. Because of friends of the boat, I can add needing a meeting to there. But you
Okay.
said that you wanted the group to grow organically, so we can let it grow organically, or I can add it to there if you like.
I feel like I love the small group too, but I also feel like, the more that we can expand letting people see what community is,
Yeah, and
because
there are
because
people that.
if we don't, you know, fight to keep it alive,
Yeah,
so
there are people who are also really missing the boat and who are, missing the early morning
yeah.
place to have a
Yeah,
meeting. So, and I was just like, there is another place. So I was just like a bit hesitant to do it without asking the
Well,
group,
thank
but
you for
especially you,
yeah,
Carol, first.
that would be amazing if you want to put that up. I appreciate it, Cosmic.
Yeah, no, I can do that.
And yes,
So, no, you go.
I was gonna say, Ben, I know he crushed my soul when he told me Santa wasn't real. I didn't know how to. I didn't know when he said him and Reese
Mm,
were just platonic flirters and there was no Santa. My world crumbled around me in despair and agony. I
I knew it
didn't
was a
know
joke.
if I was gonna make it through my mushroom coffee and my really bland creamer. But I made it, and here I am. I'm holding it together.
I don't know. I was waiting for the polar bear hug at the airport. I was really waiting for the polar bear hug.
I'm sure we'll get a live.
You think? That
I
would be
knew it
kind of
was all tongue
hilarious
in
if she did
cheek
a
because,
bride with a polar bear.
she was talking about Jeff too.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
and
yeah,
I appreciate that,
yeah.
Zelda.
Huxley, Huxley was there. It was just all tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
I know.
the world needs to see people supporting each other and what that looks like too, because
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
can't lose that. We can't
Right.
we
yeah.
can't be
Yeah,
a
well,
world in a society without people caring for each other.
Right.
You
well,
know,
And
the thing is, I do the same thing with my mates, and that's why I kind of figured that it was a joke, and it was kind of funny seeing people, react. And I was thinking, oh God, I can just imagine the emails they're both gonna get.
yeah, but
And I
the
was
uh,
just sitting back, like, waiting.
the
Yeah.
amazing part though between their relationship and their relationship with Aaron and their relationship with Sterling is
It's nice.
that Tommy, Reese, and Sterling came to Aaron's aid with everything that happened with with the aftermath, and then everybody came to Reese's aid, and everybody came to Tommy's aid, and you're seeing a collective there that's a strong bond. Do you know what I mean? Seeing that in that kind of situation is a beautiful thing,
Yeah.
and and for me, seeing that on your channel is a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
It is very beautiful. I
Mm,
love
I
I
think
love
that's
this
a
community
beautiful
so
thing.
much.
Yeah.
I do, and
Much more than I ever could have hoped for.
right, exactly.
So
A-
awesome.
and I think that, you know, no
I agree
matter
with that.
where we all come from, whether we just come from the boat, or we come from needing a meeting, or we come from this group or that group, or whatever channel that we find each other all on, no matter what the channel is that we originally came from, okay, the beauty of it is that we find each other
Yeah.
and we support
Mhm.
each other
Yeah.
no matter how we got to where we are. And you know, there's been people talking about, well, this one came from that group and that one came from this group and blah 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 blah. Does it matter how they got there?
Right. Oh,
Mhm.
They're
I don't
getting
even know
help.
now.
yeah.
Although,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
And the good thing about those of us who've been in recovery or come out of something is that none of every one of us knows that we have nothing, no point to stand from where we can point a finger at anybody else,
Right.
and that's one of the best
Yeah.
things
do you know what's
about
funny?
of addicts or people recovering from things. It's like, we've already been through that thing of realizing, oh, I haven't got a leg to stand on in any kind of judgment. you know
Right.
I have to say,
Exactly.
Scientology has helped me in one way because I got addicted to Scientology because that's in my I've got addictive personality, and so like about 3 years ago I went down the rabbit hole of I've always been interested since I was a kid and I read Alron's
Oh,
shitty
funny.
sci-fi, but yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, but it helped me because I got into it and eventually I wound up with Elron and then I wound up on the I think the lifeboat, and then I found Carol, and I wound up here, and then I wound up sober. So,
Yeah.
I
ah,
am so happy for you, Cosmic.
Yes.
So
yeah,
happy for you.
Yeah.
I am thrilled.
I mean, I ended
Yeah.
yeah.
I ended up I ended up finding Aaron. I found the lifeboat. I I
Oh, Aaron
I
in the
met
lifeboat.
Carol
So
on the
yeah,
lifeboat. I ended up here, and I ended up sober. And
Yeah.
I'll be 1 month free of all my Klonopin on the 13th. You know,
That's amazing.
and
That is so amazing.
yeah, but I mean, I went to Scientology because I was trying to find a way to ease the pain.
Yeah.
It was all by
I went,
circumstance and mishap and
yeah.
whatever, that I found all this.
Yeah. I was watching SPTV and mostly Aaron for a long time before I started watching anybody else in SPTV because it was a way for me to process coming out of a cult myself.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, so I'm not crazy. It really was what it felt like it was and what it looked like it was
yeah,
without having the triggering Christianese language
mm,
attached to it.
right, exactly. And the other side of it is true. I mean, I watched the whole aftermath. And then I ended up going to look up Scientology on my phone, and I started watching his interviews.
Yeah.
And he did this one interview with this guy named Lewis, who was in Washington, I think. And he was he was like he was from South Carolina or North Carolina, and he ended up in Washington, and it was like this really messed up situation, and he ended up being able to escape it and get out, and it was a really long interview. And I remember, like, it was like a 2 hour and something minute interview, and I'm like, this guy is just great to watch, just
And
really,
who's this?
really great to watch.
You're talking about Aaron? Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I just kept watching and watching and watching and watching, and I was thinking, my pain is going away watching this. Like, I'm actually able to breathe,
Right
you
on.
know?
Oh.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
like
I
the other
watched a lot
night, I
of that
watched,
Well,
too,
it's
by the way.
funny.
I think I've seen every episode of Scientology and the aftermath.
yeah. I
Hmm.
mean, I did that.
It's
And
funny because
the other night, I got really frustrated, and I was just trying to get myself out of whatever, and I ended up watching The Curious Case of Natalie Grace on ID. It was like a 4 or 5 hour documentary, and
Wow.
they did it in like 1 hour increments, but it was called uh Natalia uh Natalia Speaks, and it's about this girl who was born with dwarfism, and they did this whole 5 hour thing about her, and she was adopted out of Ukraine at like 5 years old, and all these weird things were going on, and she finally gets adopted at like 19 years old,
Oh,
and
wow.
she's lived with her adoptive parents for 10 years. She gets adopted, and 6 months after, not to ruin it if you go to watch it, but 6 months after she's living with her adoptive parents, her mom and dad, they call and say, we want her out of our home. She's backstabbing us. And she's already left 3 prior adoptive parents.
Oh, I think I've heard something about that.
Yeah,
I think
it
I
made
saw that.
national news.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was at first supposed to be adopted by this family, she was supposed to be adopted by like 2 other families, and then she went through a possible an adoption with this woman named Christine Barnett, and she tried to kill her and tried to poison her and tried
Do you
I've
have
heard,
something that I can put on my nose? Because
and
it's like
changed her
dry
age
here,
at
but I need to get
at
it
8 years
off.
old and made her
It's like dry
22 and
skin,
put her in an apartment to live by herself
like
at
some
8 years
moisturizer
old.
stuff. Maybe that hand stuff, whatever it is.
It was awful. And
ugh.
at
Oh,
9
that
years
hurts.
old, she put her in an
Oh,
apartment on the
sorry.
second floor, and she couldn't walk at all. She's like a dwarf. She's 9 years old. She's a dwarf. And by legal standards, she was 23. Oh, it was a mess. And she finally moves in with these people, and she's on her best behavior for 10 years, and they go to adopt her at 19. And oh my God, it was a nightmare. And apparently, like, after she gets permanently adopted with these people who she's been living with, she ends up backstabbing her new parents. I mean,
Wow.
it was just ridiculous. And they literally do not know what is wrong with this girl. It was just insane. But I was watching that, like, just going through my own pain and being upset.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, does everybody feel like we've had a meeting?
I do.
I do
Do you?
too. I'm glad you
Yeah,
feel like you do, Karen. Thank you for coming,
yeah,
Yeah.
trusting us with
yeah,
all that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I'll be back.
Right
I
on.
will. I need this. I need the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been watching the Gypsy Rose story, Zelda. I'm pretty much obsessed. I was just about to watch the one that Patricia Arquette plays the mom on Hulu. I was
Hmm.
into that the Hollywood dressed up version.
Well, Rabbit did a show on that today.
Okay,
Mm.
She
I
did another show about that today.
at least one other before too. Boy,
Yeah,
that
she
boy, that's
think
something
she's done 2 or 3 in the last couple days.
that's something you can really get in the weeds over.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been paying attention to the political landscape and Biden's thing with Mexico. So that's what I watch. It's not true crime. I'm watching politics.
Zelda has so many thoughts. So many thoughts about the Gypsy Rose thing. Woo.
Yeah.
Woo. A lot going
Well,
on.
I've been all over esoteric in Atlanta lately,
yeah,
learning all about the truther cults. That's what they're called, the truther cults. And I'm really finding Bryce to be very, very interesting. And she does some really interesting content. She did a whole show today on the Romanovs
Okay.
over in Russia,
Yeah.
and she did like the history with Ivan the Terrible today. It was
Okay.
really good. And yeah, yesterday she did a whole thing about, and I would highly suggest you watch it.
Okay.
It was on the Truther cult, and it was like a part 2 to the first one. But yesterday they were actually, her and this guy Steve were discussing the Truther cult, but they broke into they kind of scrolled off into talking about PTSD and the different levels of stress,
Hmm.
and how
Interesting.
stressed, if you go to stress, distress, and then CP CPTSD, and then you go to PTSD. And if you go into stress and then you go to distress, and if you get yourself back to stress and you never get out of stress, you'll just go back to distress.
Mhm.
And how if you don't get out of that and then your REM sleep never happens because you're being deprived of sleep, you will start seeing things and hearing voices and dealing with a lot of things that you don't want to deal with. And they really explain it. It's about 30 minutes in where they
Okay.
start to explain all this.
Can
But it's
you
very, very, very interesting
can you
on
post can you send me a message with or us a message with that?
definitely, definitely I will, because it was so well explained. And especially with this, the way that they talk about this cult and the way that this cult worked, it was called Love Has One, Love as One cult. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It was a cult in Colorado. The leader was, her name was Amy something, and she believed that there was enlightenment through drugs and alcohol. I
Okay.
don't get it. Um, but she ended up dying at like 40 something. But and she, because she was drinking silver.
Oh, yeah, I
Um,
know which one you're talking about. It's there's a name for that cult. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
well, there's now a documentary on Netflix about it.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
um yeah, so Bryce was doing this show about it, and it was really, really interesting. And they do discuss the mental health of the people that were in it. And that's how they get into this whole thing. But I will give you a link for it. I will send you the thing in the meeting thing so everybody can see it. Because I think it's
Okay.
really worth seeing. Yeah. And if anybody
Well,
wants me to post it anywhere else, just let me know and I'll send it.
okay.
Yeah.
That'll be great. Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome.
Ooh, we must be very enlightened, says Zelda.
Well, speaking of enlightened, did we want to do some box breathing and a meditation or just box breathing? I don't want to keep you from your chores. So you guys let me know what you want to do. Or Carol, you
Do a meditation. It usually doesn't take all that long.
Yeah.
I mean, well,
right. Okay, so for those of you that are new, and it's called soda. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so for those of you that are new with the box breathing, we're going to do 3 times. So we'll breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and then exhale, letting all of the air out of your lungs and your shoulders drop. As you breathe in, think of something positive and uplifting. Could be your personal mantra, I'm worthy, I'm loved, I'm deserving, whatever. As you exhale, anything that's bugging you, try to just push that on out of your body. And then we'll do a short little meditation. And when I'm done, I'll say, go ahead and open your eyes. So go ahead and let's shake it out and get loose. You take a breath. All right, go ahead and close your eyes and drop into your heart space. Whether that is putting your hand on your heart or envisioning a small version of yourself going into your heart center and setting in all of the love that your heart has to offer you. We're going to go ahead and start with our box breathing. Go ahead and breathe in, hold, and exhale. Again, breathe in, hold, and exhale. Last one, breathe in, hold, and exhale. Today, I want you to imagine that you're in a beautiful meadow surrounded by trees, flowers, butterflies, warm sunshine on your skin, birds flying overhead. And as you stand there taking in peaceful, grounding view, I want you to imagine that just 3 steps off in the distance is someone that you love very much, someone who is comforting to you. And you're going to walk to that person. And with each step you take, as your foot hits the ground, you're going to release any fear, any confusion, any negativity that you have in your body. Step 1. Step 2. And step 3. Now, as you're feeling lighter, having released some of those things, you put your arm around this person and you look off into the distance. And you start to tell the person all of the things that you are fearful of in this moment, all of your concerns that you have. Laying your head on their shoulder, feeling your arm around your waist as you just share everything. Now I want you to imagine this person turning to you, holding both of your hands and looking you in the eyes. And they say to you, it is going to be all right. You will be okay. There is nothing to fear. And then imagine this person saying something to you that only they would know to say, that is encouraging and uplifting. Take a moment to let this sink into your heart. Feeling lighter and encouraged, you look off into the distance and you see all of us standing there waving at you, waving both of you to come over. And in your newfound freedom of not being fearful, you run to us. And as you get there, you're greeted with a warm embrace and smiles and laughter as we all give you encouraging words. And then we all look around and we find a rock in our hand. We pick up the rock and we focus all of our fear, our anxiousness, our anxiety. This rock. And we throw it really far into the distance till we cannot see it anymore. And then we all stand holding hands, encouraged and uplifted, feeling lighter for having less things to hold us down.
Oh.
Say something encouraging to the other. And as you sit for a moment in your newfound release, open your eyes.
Thanks, Christy.
Thank
That
you,
was awesome.
Kirsty.
Yes. Well, you guys all have a wonderful night. And I
You
will
too.
see you later.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Good to see you, Karen. I love you.
I love you, Carol.
Bye.
I'll see you soon. Bye.
Love you, Cosmic. It's so good to see you as much as we got to see you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to thanks you guys so much. Thanks for making it a meeting because it never is without you. And this was a good one. And thank you for coming around, Karen. And I love you guys. And I hope to see you next meeting. And until then, peace, y'all.